All right, so you've probably heard by now major news involving the Raiders. We just learned this morning that Davante Adams, the wide receiver, is getting traded to the Jets.
Fox 5 Sports Director Kevin Bollinger is live on the phone with us right now. Kevin, what are you hearing?
Well, good morning, guys. This was inevitable that it was going to happen over the past couple of weeks. We knew that at this point there was going to be a trade of some sort at some time before the trade deadline. And the Jets played last night against the Buffalo Bills and lost that game. They kind of dug themselves a hole, and they knew that if they needed to strike, they needed to strike quickly. So I think that's why the deal got done overnight. So Davante Adams to the Jets, according to the national reports that are out there, it's for a conditional third-round pick. That means that the Raiders are guaranteed a third-round pick from the Jets. It can be bumped up to a second-round pick based on certain factors. Adam Schefter from ESPN reporting that those factors are if he is a first or second team All-Pro and if he is on the roster for an AFC championship game or Super Bowl. That would mean that the Jets would have to get things in order as a team and make a run. Otherwise, it will be a third-round pick. So the Raiders not getting the second-rounder in stone that they wanted, but they certainly were in a position where they weren't getting a lot of offers for that. They decided to make the move. All of it pending a physical. Davante Adams is dealing with a hamstring injury, as we all know. It is getting better, and this was kind of the week they were targeting for him to get back on the field. So he has to take a physical first for it to become official, and Raiders team officials expect something to be done officially later today. But the deal is done.
Yeah, Kevin, it was kind of funny because we were talking about the game last night and how, you know, the Jets were kind of one play away from winning that game, or at least being in a position to win that game, and Mike Williams kind of fell, and I said to Alyssa, I'm like, wouldn't it be crazy? Like, I can totally see the scenario where Davante Adams, if he was there, he would maybe make that catch, and sure enough, 2 minutes later, the news started to come down that he got traded. So it's like, if I'm thinking it, you know, it's almost like the last missing piece the Jets need, because they actually didn't look bad last night. It was just a lot of kicking errors and penalties.
Yeah, and you could see the frustration on Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers' face at times in that game last night. And him and Davante Adams have such a connection from their time in Green Bay together. One of those quarterback-wide receiver connections where they don't even need to map things up. They just know where the other is going to be doing. You know, whether it's Adams knows where Rodgers is throwing, Rodgers knows where Adams is going to be on the field. And I was thinking the same thing watching that. If they had Davante last night, you wonder the dynamic of that offense, how it would have changed there as well. So now we're going to find out for ourselves as the two reunite again, but this time in New York.
Did you see, Alyssa, what just happened there? Kevin was also thinking, another brilliant mind was thinking.
That scares me.
But yes, no, I think it's going to be it's going to be good for football. Raiders, that's a different story, and we have to figure out you know, what's going to happen with them. But for football,
he wasn't doing anything for the Raiders anyway.
No,
so
really not that great of a chapter in general.
Well, guess what? I will be in the studio all afternoon, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty of time that we can talk about not only the Davante Adams trade, but where the Raiders go from here.
Yeah.
So there's your teaser to stay tuned to Fox 5. I'm sure that is going to be a ongoing discussion as we go through the afternoon. And this is a discussion that's going to last weeks, not days, as the Raiders try to decide what's next for them as a franchise.
Busy day for you, Kevin.
Yeah, hopefully you and Vince can make some business decisions. I'm just kidding. All right, never mind.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.